What's really cool about king cobra is when they grab their prey, they chomp down like that. They usually don't let go, and usually the snake's alive, so when they grab them, they actually death roll the snake until it's contorted, it's all disorientated, and while it's becoming disorientated, the venom's taking effect, making the situation worse for that prey item. You can hear him, he's going as he's moving up. That's his extended trachea trying to bring in air so he can breathe while he's trying to swallow the food. Oh, there we go, look at that. Chewing right into the python. Oh, look at all the venom. Do you see all that venom right there on the white scales? Holy smokes. You do not want to get in the way of a king cobra that's hungry. This guy is so stunning. Look at those beautiful whites and yellows breaking throughout the scales. And of course that famous hood. Look at that beautiful pair of spectacles. Are you hungry? It's been a couple months since you've had some food. Okay, alright. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my wild life. I'm hanging out in my serpentarium where I keep all my beautiful snakes, non-venomous, venomous, cobras, giant fake cobras that aren't real cobras, all types of really cool stuff in here. And today we're going to be feeding the king cobras. So I got food for Kevin the king cobra, and I believe I have food for Justina, who's just coming out of shed. She's getting ready to pop that skin off. Okay, let's not get them too upset. They feel very defensive because with these enclosures, they don't have an area they can back out to get away from me, so they feel kind of cornered. I don't want to keep making them hit themselves in the glass. If you guys aren't familiar with this channel, we have big goals for these king cobras. Each king cobra is going to get a 15-foot deep walk-in enclosure that's going to be like 7 feet tall, 10 feet wide, water feature, lots of places to climb, because king cobras, even though they're the longest venomous snake on the planet, they can actually climb the trees real easily, and they love to climb. So what we're going to do today is feed these guys. I got a little something special. Okay, buddy, he's really hungry. Let's get him that food. We got something real special right here. Donated from my good friend Pepe, also known as Alex. Right here's his Instagram. Thank you so much. He's a python hunter for FWC, and he donated these pythons that were caught out of the Everglades. It's supposed to be like a 5-6 footer and a smaller one. So we got this little like 4-foot Burmese python. This species is introduced from Southeast Asia. So what happened is, back in the day, before you needed a license to own a Burmese python because they get so big, 18-foot plus snakes weighing over 200 pounds. Before, back in the day, you didn't need a license to buy a Burmese python. So lots of people would buy them and they became very popular pets. And some of the breeding facilities that were not regulated by FWC back in the day didn't have protocols for hurricanes and things like that. And then one day when a big hurricane came through and destroyed some of the breeding facilities, all these animals ended up in the Everglades. But nowadays, we have so many rules in place for having these animals in captivity. We have inspections, we have to have licensing, we have to have an inventory sent to the state. So it's not like people can just buy these animals off the streets anymore. Now you have to be a licensed professional like myself to own them and display them. So we got this Burmese python. This one looks like, I don't know, over 4 foot, and then this one is just about 4 foot or so. So I think what I'll do is I'll give the bigger one to Kevin. He's my big male Malaysian king cobra. He's right here. He's just hanging out. Whoa! Mamma mia, this king cobra's off the Richter scale. If there was a scale, she'd be off it. Okay, everyone relax. Let's get them fed. All right, so I'm going to unlock this enclosure. We're going to try and feed Kevin first, because Kevin hasn't eaten, like I said, in over 2 months. He ate last when we were located down at the Everglades Outpost in Homestead. And when we got here, he ended up going through shed, and it took a long time for that shedding process to go through, so he couldn't eat, and now he's hungry. Look at the way he's looking over here at these pythons. He knows that it's go time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this python ready. I'm going to put some of it on the hook so I can safely get this python in there. We're going to open this up. Hey, buddy, look how big his head is. They have the oh, hey, buddy, relax. They have the second largest set of venom glands of any venomous reptile on the planet. First would be the gaboon viper, which has a massive head on it. It's okay, buddy. Look, some food. Nope, that's my hand. You want it? Take a bite. King cobras are voracious hunters. What's really cool about king cobra is when they grab their prey, they chomp down like that. They usually don't let go, and usually the snake's alive, so when they grab them, they actually death roll the snake until it's contorted, it's all disorientated, and while it's becoming disorientated, the venom's taking effect, making the situation worse for that prey item, which is the snake. So look at that. Come look at this. He's just chewing on that food like it's nothing. Look at him. He's sinking his fangs into the snake. He's flexing his venom glands. He's pumping it with venom. and you can actually see a little bit of ooze coming out the sides. Now he's using his front fixed fangs, which the Elapidae family is famous for. He's going to work his way up all the way to the head so he can swallow this python head first. Look how fast he is going towards the head. He has never eaten this fast before us, but it's because he hasn't eaten in over 2 months. Now, some people might be worried about the snake not eating for over 2 months, but in reality, a snake like this, a reptile like this, can go actually months upon months without any food. This snake could technically go about 6 months without eating anything. And it's really crazy to think because reptiles are so resilient that some other species can actually go a whole year without eating any food at all. But this guy, we want to make sure he's eating every month, at least 2 meals to 3 meals every month, whether it's a small Burmese python or a large one. You can hear him, he's going as he's moving up. That's his extended trachea trying to bring in air so he can breathe while he's trying to swallow the food. The extended trachea will stick out the side of the mouth on the side of that prey item so he can continue to breathe and not have any issues while he's taking down such a large meal like a python. Even though the invasive Burmese pythons aren't from Florida and it's not good for our local ecosystem, it actually benefits me in a way that these king cobras naturally eat these Burmese pythons in Southeast Asia. King cobras can be found in India, they can be found throughout Asia, Southeast Asia. They have such a wide range, and throughout this range you can find Burmese pythons, and you can find things like reticulated pythons, which are the world's longest snake on the planet, getting over 24 feet long. So you have the world's biggest venomous snake consuming the world's longest snake on the planet. It is such a wild world, and that's why we love it so much. That's why we want to share it with you, because these are animals that don't get enough highlights in our world. Some people like to make shows about drama and who gets to date the billionaire, and that's not what we care about. What we care about is conservation, preservation of wildlife, and these beautiful animals, getting people to realize that they deserve to be on this planet just as much as you and I. Look at him, he is such a beast of a snake. So Kevin's starting to growl a little bit. Let's close that glass so it's nice and secure, and we're gonna move on to Justina next so she's not left out. So I'm gonna unlock her enclosure. We're gonna throw a python into there as well. She's still going through shed, but she's past the milky eye stage, so she can actually see and she'll be able to suss out this python and make a nice meal of it. Good sized python for her. Nice meal. Let's see how she feels. We're gonna open up this side. Relax. All right, we know how she feels. Let's see if she's hungry though. It's okay. Relax. You want it? Oh, relax, relax, relax. Look, I'll put the body in there. You interested? Oh, okay. Very nice. Okay, that's me. Go ahead. Oh, okay, relax. Look, take a bite, take a bite. It's delicious. It's nutritious. It's Burmese python. Hello. Come on, come on. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Chewing right into the python. Oh, look at all the venom. Do you see all that venom right there on the white scales? Holy smokes. You do not want to get in the way of a king cobra that's hungry. Look at all that venom just oozing down the side of the python. Venom is a modified saliva. It's a protein. It takes a lot of energy for these animals to produce that venom. So, usually, the snakes want to make sure they only use that venom on food, even though it's enough venom and potency to kill a bull. She's a little upset. To kill a bull elephant. It doesn't mean she wants to go kill a bull elephant. It just means her lethality of her venom is very serious and something to really take upon yourselves and think about before ever getting into contact with a snake like this. Look at Kevin. Look at him. Look at him right here. Oh my goodness. He's swallowing up that thing like it's nothing. So basically, the point I'm trying to make is just because it has the ability to wipe out a bull elephant, or it has the venom eel to take down a 6-foot water monitor and consume it, it doesn't mean these animals want to use that venom on you. Their place on this planet is to be in our food chain, to manage all the other animals below them on the food chain. Mainly, these guys eat other reptiles, the king cobras. So, they're going to manage all the other venomous snakes that might come into contact with your home when Indian cobras or Russell's viper or a Sawscale viper or a crate comes into contact with your home. Following in the rats, the king cobras will come and clean up the snakes that might give you a bite in your sleep. So if you live in India, if you see king cobras, or if you live in the Philippines and you see these beautiful, magnificent animals, You gotta understand, they don't want any beef with you. All they want is to eat a nice meal. All they want is to breed. All they want is to thrive, just like you and I. So at the end of the day, no matter how deadly something is, it doesn't mean it wishes death upon you. Maybe your neighbors, but definitely not the animals. This has to be one of the largest king cobras in America right now. It's okay, buddy. He's loving that meal. And it's not too big, it's not too small, it's just the right amount of food to make him nice and content. Whoop. And slurp up that little bit like some Mamma Mia spaghetti, Kevin? Oh yeah. Oh, and Justina, look at her. She's just dragging that python around the enclosure like it's nothing, like it's a rag doll. All right, goodbye. I'll see you later, Justina. We're gonna give Justina her privacy because she's so upset today. We're gonna leave them alone. And we actually have some snakes we gotta clean up right now. The Indian cobra just shed. It's looking magnificent. Look, it's beautiful coloration. We're gonna pull out that shed. Let's see, what else we got? The big monocled cobra shed as well. And my Bushmaster has actually gone into the bathroom in the enclosure, so let's check this out. This Bushmaster took a nice big dookie behind its house, and then she decided to push her house to the other side of the enclosure so it's not next to that poo. But we're gonna make sure we take care of that poo so she has nothing to worry about. You know, no one wants to sit in their own poop. No one wants to sleep near their own poop either. You can quote me on that. Anyway, so let's get into it. Alright, so what we're going to do is take out Nayanaya, the classic Indian cobra, one of the coolest cobras on the planet, also known as a spectacled cobra, because it looks like they have a pair of glasses on the back of their hood, which I'll show you right now. It's okay, buddy. Look how beautiful that cobra is. Look at that! This guy is so stunning. Look at those beautiful whites and yellows breaking throughout the scales, and of course that famous hood. Look at that beautiful pair of spectacles. This snake is so gorgeous, and honestly not that bad when it comes to temperament. The other Indian cobra I had is very defensive. So let's put this snake right into the Tupperware. Tupperware, what am I saying? Snake holding receptacle. And we're gonna close this up, make sure it's nice and secure. Now we can check out the skin. Let me see. It actually looks like a whole shed. Look at that. Woo! This might actually, oh, that's too cool. This might actually be a whole shed. All right, let's see. Keep going, keep going. Let's see. Woo! Oh, the tail. Oh, the tail's a little messed up, but look at that. Almost a whole entire shed from a beautiful Indian cobra. We're gonna throw it away. It smells like he pooped on it. All right, so let's see what else we got in here. Oh yeah, he definitely pooped on it. We've got a little bit of spicy meatball right in the back. There's a thing about snakes where right after shedding, it's like, I think I'll poop now. You know, like when you drink coffee in the morning. Let's see, I'm gonna clean the water out because it could be fresher. It can always be fresher. All right, let's see, there's some poop right there. I'm gonna take that out with my bare hands. Yes, I will. I know what you're thinking. Why does he wear gloves? Well, what if a sea turtle ate that glove and it ends up in the ocean? Or it ends up in a dolphin's blowhole? How would you feel about that? Ooh, Chandler's hands were clean, but several dolphins had to die. That's not funny, is it? This is about conservation. I don't need gloves. You need gloves, but I know exactly what to do with my hands. Put them on the poop. If you want to be my lover, you gotta be with my friends. Oh, Kevin, relax. All right, so what we're gonna do is put the Indian cobra back. Let's see what we got cooking. Be nice and relaxed. Look how beautiful this snake is. This guy is such a gem. There we go, let's get him out. Ooh, look at that snake. That is spectacular. Look. Nayanaya, the Indian cobra. This is probably the most famous cobra on the planet just because they're so popular throughout India, especially when they used to be able to do their snake charming shows, which is actually an act of animal cruelty. So now snake charming shows in India are illegal and you're not allowed to perform them because they used to rake out the fangs of the snake or remove the snake's venom glands, leaving it with only a lifespan of a couple months left because naturally they need their venom, they need their fangs. Without that, it will cause great problems for their health. So let's get the snake right into its enclosure. Relax. Oh, that's just a water bowl. He's so excited about that fresh H2O. There we go. Let's make sure this is nice and secure. All right, guys. Now next, let's see. We're gonna take care of my big monocled cobras. You know what? their enclosure isn't too dirty. Let's take care of the Bushmaster next, because the Bushmaster, I feel like she's ready to get out of that nasty stuff. Let's get her cleaned up right now. You can also spray her down in the can, make it rain on her, because as we know, the Bushmaster, it's best to soak them outside the enclosure. If you make their actual enclosure too wet, it leads to a fungal infection called red belly, which could kill them, so we don't want that. So, let me take out my my little itty bitty Bushmaster! Gotta love Bushmasters. Lechisis muta, the largest species of Bushmaster on our beautiful planet. There are 4 species. The rarest on the planet to find would be the black-headed Bushmaster, only found in southern Costa Rica. And this species is the South American Bushmaster, which is the largest of all the Bushmasters, getting upwards to 12 feet long, ranking this snake as the world's biggest viper. Makes me sweat, but from excitement. Alright, so let's get this enclosure ready. Let me open it up. I'm going to take a little step back because the strike range on this snake is incredible. And that's why it's another reason I love it so much. It is quite the athlete and quite the predator. It's okay, baby. Nice and smooth. Look how big she's gotten. Remember, I got this snake when she was probably a quarter this size or half this size. Now she's thick. She's turning beautiful. She almost looks pink and orange. She's a magnificent snake. And as she gets older, her scales protrude more and more and feel harder and rougher as time goes on, because as adults, the Bushmaster actually has scales that feel just like a pineapple, which is great protection when they're living in thorny bushes out in the wild. All right, so what I want to do is gently get her into the can. There we go. Oh, relax. We're going to gently get her in there. I'm going to close it for right now because we want to clean up the enclosure, and then afterwards we'll spray her and then put her back in our enclosure. Sounds good. Alright guys, we're good to go. We got our paper towels. We're going to set this all up. Real simple, nice and sterile for this animal. And there's a little bit of spicy meatball on the hide. So we're going to take our diluted chlorhexidine, sanitize it. We're going to make sure that this snake has the cleanest habitat possible, because not just is this my favorite viper on the planet, but it's a fragile snake. Even though it has the capability of laying someone flat dead, they deserve the best care. So that's why I want to make sure this enclosure is nice and clean, so there's no bacterias that are bad for the snake. And the snake's a happy snake. Because believe it or not, snakes can be happy. We got fresh water, we're good to go. We're gonna put that right there. Put the glass back in the track. All right, let's get this beautiful Bushmaster back into her home. But first, let me spray her with some water so she can drink up and get hydrated. All right, guys, we're good to go. She's in a little defensive position, so I'm just gonna spray her from up top. You'll notice there's a little bit of sand at the bottom. So basically, we're just simulating rain, and she can drink off the sides of the can, she can drink off her own body. All that matters is that she gets a good drink, she gets hydrated, she's well taken care of. Look how beautiful this snake is. Doesn't seem like she wants to drink too much. Seems like she's trying to crawl out. Look at her. What a beautiful snake. Get a good shot of those eyes. That's what really sets the snake apart from others. This snake is just too beautiful. Look at that. So let me grab that snake right there. Hello. Look at that. Try to get a good shot of that face. That is such a beautiful snake. And hopefully one day I can present to you guys the black-headed Bushmaster, which is another favorite of mine. Doesn't get as big as the South American Bushmaster, but it is a beautiful, secretive species of snake that I would love to showcase to you guys. Alright, let's get this snake back where it belongs. She's probably hungry. We're going to get her a live rat soon. She does not like to eat frozen thawed. Look at the tail real quick before I put her in. See that? The modified thorn at the tip of the tail? Look at that. That is used to rattle the leaves and sound like a rattlesnake when they feel threatened. And natives actually believe that that will administer venom. So when they would kill a Bushmaster, they would chop the tail off, chop the head off, bury them in 2 different spots, hoping that they won't grow back together and come after them. So it is crazy mythology, but it's all that crazy mythology, all that hype about this snake that just makes them more and more interesting. Because at the end of the day, they're truly not monsters. They're just badass, beautiful animals, right? And at the end of the day, we're all just a bunch of badass, beautiful animals. All right, beautiful people, I decided we're gonna skip the monocled cobras for now and take care of Senor Pepe. If you take a look, Senor Pepe has actually just shed out his skin. And look how beautiful he is. This is a gorgeous Mexican West Coast rattlesnake. And they vary in coloration depending on the range they're found in, but this has to be the prettiest you can find them. So we actually have a small clip of when I walked into the snake house earlier and actually got to see him in the process of shedding. Check this clip out. It is so cool to see him using the hide to actually take that shed off. And then he seems to get a little upset with me. He starts to rattle, so I left him alone, gave him his time to shed, and now He looks so beautiful. Look at that snake. He's one of the prettiest rattlesnakes on the planet. All right, so there's shed and there's a big spicy meatball right in the back of that hide. So what we're gonna have to do is unlock it, put him inside there. We'll take care of business, and by business I mean that spicy meatball business. You know what I'm saying? Come on, up top. Let me get up top for my professionals. All right, guys, we're gonna take out this beautiful rattlesnake. It's okay, but oh, okay, lovely. I gotta gently hook him because even though he's a crazy big rattlesnake, at the end of the day, they still are fragile animals. Oh my goodness! Look at that rattlesnake! Holy smokes! So, like I was saying, these animals are still fragile. Even though that this animal has a lot of venom and it's pretty big, at the end of the day, it's very well capable of breaking its ribs if I don't hook it properly. So I gotta make sure it's nice and smooth. And we put that snake right into the can. Relax, 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 relax. It's okay. Make it nice and easy. Alright. So like I was saying, he's a big rattlesnake. He might be intimidating, but at the end of the day, it's my job as the handler to make sure he's handled as gently as possible. His ribs are like fine china. It's very little to bruise or break those ribs and hurt this animal. Remember, a snake is a skull, a vertebrae, and ribs. The spine is very fragile. Imagine if your whole entire length consisted of your spine. One simple break to the ribs or one simple puncture to the upper spine, this snake could be severely damaged for the rest of its life. So it's very important that I make sure that I handle him nice and safely. Alright, so we're gonna get this all cleaned up. His skin is so fresh, it's almost wet. Oh my, look at that! That just shows how big this rattlesnake is. Look at that skin. Ruth, feel this. It's moist.
Oh my god, super wet.
Yeah, like a used tissue. Alright, so let me put all this skin in. We're gonna take out all of that shed skin. It's a little bit everywhere. It's actually flaked. And then, definitely want to give him some fresh water. That doesn't look too fresh. We'll give him fresh water in a second. Let's see what's going on with that spicy meatball on this side. Oh, good lord. That is spicy. Wow. Would you look at that? We got a little bit of spice over here. We got the ball, and then we have the wonton. That's a special. All right, let me get the skin out first. I'm going to have to use some paper towel to protect my fingers. Alright guys, let's get that poop. We'll start with the wonton special. There we go. Oh wow, look at that. Goes right through the paper towel. Would you believe that? Alright, now we're good to go. We can put our big boy back. Let me just get some fresh water. I'll be right back. Woo! Give me a beat!
Boom, boom,
coming into town with the freshest water. You best believe it, cause I ain't here to slaughter. I'm a real mother lover from the south. I love my snakes and I love them to get that fresh H2O in the mouth. Yeah. Yeah, cause precious H2O around. Water and I frown upside down. I don't even know why you pissed. I just wanna let you know life is bliss.
Yes. Drop the mic.
Be careful.
Drop the mic.
Yeah, brother, dropping the hot beats every week. Subscribe to my main channel, to my extra channel, and to my Spotify.
We got the best.
Give me another beat. Yeah. Came in like the cool cat in town. Turns out everyone around me has a frown. They don't want my snakes. They don't want my crocs. Now I'm hanging out waiting by my fish dock. Alright guys, we're going to take Senor Pepe out. We're going to use the hook just in case he's up at the top. And it looks like he's just hanging out there. You are so beautiful. Alright, we're going to gently slide him out. Oh, look at you, big boy! That is a massive rattlesnake. So, let me, relax. Good lordy. Let's get this rattlesnake right back where it needs to go. I'm just gonna support him, make him feel comfortable. And we're gonna get him right back into this beautiful setup. It's okay, Senor Pepe. There we go. What a beast. Secure. Alright guys, like I always say, don't replicate anything I do. I've been doing this for a long time. I know I can say this all day and people might still replicate and whatnot, but at the end of the day, I'm a licensed individual, I earned my permits here in Florida, and it takes a lot of time and effort to actually get this licensing and get the experience. So make sure if you're in the world out there and you want to work with venomous reptiles, you go the right way about it. You don't end up getting hurt early in the game. Go and volunteer somewhere. Put the time in. Bust your butt off. If you really want to work with wildlife, it is very, very possible for you to do that. Stay passionate, stay on track, and stick to what you love. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I'm super happy that Kevin slurped down the python like it's nothing. Justina slurped down a... Oh, relax. They might be still a little bit hungry, but the main thing I just want to say is if you guys want to help become conservationists for the king cobras, if you guys want to be conservationists yourselves, then you can donate to the King Cobra Conservancy, an organization that donates all their time to just studying king cobras, working with local communities in India, the Philippines, and Nepal, Thailand, teaching locals about these animals, why they're important, why not to kill them, and also how to live safely around them. The King Cobra Conservancy has literally passed out flashlights and flyers with snake identification on them. So at night, people who simply don't have a phone with a light can actually now use a flashlight to look around and make sure they don't step on a venomous snake at night. The King Cobra Conservancy is not just full of conservationists, but humanitarians. So buy a shirt, buy a hat, all goes to the effort of protecting the kingdom of the King Cobra. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, and most of all, check us out on Patreon for exclusive content not seen anywhere else. And also, check us out on CHANDLER'sWildlife.com for all the new merch. Look at this! Look at that new merch! Oh my god, that is a badass design. Look at that! Oh, look at that! That's the shirt I'm wearing right now. Look at this one! Guys, look at all this. You gotta get some of these shirts, stickers, hats, whatever you want. Oh wait, you don't have hats. Stickers, jackets, any of that stuff. We really need the help right now. As you guys know, there's a lot of drama around my property that I can't talk about right now because it's an ongoing case. But basically, if you guys want to help support the goal of this conservation facility, breeding endangered animals, educating the world throughout this camera, if you guys want to help support this, please buy our t-shirts. All the proceeds right now are going to be going towards a lawyer team. So I need to get probably a team of lawyers, and all the money from this merchandise will be going towards that until this is all settled. So as of right now, if you guys buy a t-shirt, you're helping pay for my lawyer to defend Chandler's Wild World, because right now there's a lot of drama surrounding this. I can't even make a video talking about it because it's an open case. So you guys know my message. You guys know what I'm all about. Conservation, education, preservation of our beautiful planet. If you guys want to help support this goal, support us on Patreon. Support us on ChandlersWildlife.com. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Stay passionate and never let anyone get in the way of what you love. I'll see you on the next one. Yeah. Came in like the cool cat in town. Turns out everyone around me has a frown.